Hey, mahal everyone! Welcome back again to the Broadway Saiyan YouTube channel. I'm your host 40 and we are back with another video on the global version of Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the upcoming Chapter 6 Desert Ruin details. Now, based on the pacing of Global, while they're releasing these character events, and also these upcoming story events, and also based on the order of the way the characters came out in the Japanese version, we are more than likely going to be getting Chapter 6 very soon, if not sometime, early this week is what I'm predicting. So with that being said, I do want to give you guys some details on what to expect for Chapter 6, just to kind of get you guys hyped up. Now, just a little bit of a preface, this is not meant to be a guide. I'm not here to tell you guys how to pull for the specific banner that's going to be coming out for it, or how to beat specific bosses. This is just me wanting to give you guys just some details on what to expect for Chapter 6. Alright, so Chapter 6, Desert Ruins. New story unfolds. We're going to be getting 3 new characters, a new weapon summon banner, yay, more summons, a new summon ally, new enemies and bosses, and a new highly requested favorite villain to combat. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the banner for the Chapter 6, 3 characters that we are going to be getting. Now, keep in mind, the names for these are subject to change for global. For example, when the Setzer banner came out in Japan, the 5-star Setzer weapon was called Reaper's Tarot. However, when we got it in global, it's called Death Tarot. So some of these might change, but the abilities and stats like that likely are not to change. So the first 5-star we are going to be getting is 5-star all-rounder for Wakka. It increases the potency of his dark attack, and it also lowers the action delay, meaning he has a higher turn rate, so when he uses dark attack with this weapon equipped, he has a higher chance to take his next turn earlier because of that high turn rate. He also will be getting 4-star Official Ball and 4-star Warrior's Arm Guard. Next is 5-star Rune Staff for my favorite character, Shantotto. As you all know, Shantotto is my favorite Final Fantasy character. This 5-star Rune Staff will be increasing the potency of her Spirit Magic Arrow. And she's also going to be getting 4-star Pride Staff and 4-star Wizard's Coat. The next one we're going to be getting is 5-star Flame Tongue for Galoof. This raises his Brave by half of initial Brave after using his cover ability, but however, when he masters cover, it's going to raise it by a full value upon that. And he's also going to be getting the 4-star Bizen Osafune and the 4-star Gauntlet. Moving forward, we're going to be talking about a little bit more details about Chapter 6. So Chapter 6 has a total of 21 story missions, 15 side missions, 2 extra missions, 4 character missions for Wakka and Galoof, the gate missions, which are those little gates that appear. It's going to require you to recruit Wakka, recruit Galoof, clear conversation stage after stage 6-17, and something that I did forget to add is you want to have Yuna and Bart leveled up to level 15 or higher. So I didn't include that here, I do apologize for that, but those are some of the gate mission requirements. Characters required in party for certain stage missions will be Yuna, Bart, Cecil, Cloud, Wakka, and Rem. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the 3 characters we're going to be getting for Chapter 6. So the first one is FF10's Blitz Ace Wakka. He is going to be a range debuffer. His level 1 and Crystal level 1 stats are HP 1050, Initial Brave 150, Max Brave 525, Attack 175, and Defense 170. His level 50 and Crystal level 50 stats are as follows: HP 4265, Initial Brave 693, Max Brave 1473, Attack 500, Defense 480. His ability 1 is Dark Attack. It is a 1-hit ranged Brave attack that applies the blind debuff to a target for 1 turn, and its max ability usage is 5. His ability 2 is Great Daring, which increases his Brave depending on his attack power, and then he raises it by 1.2. It also grants him a low probability of a medium attack, defense, and speed up for 4 turns, and it is possible to get all 3 of those stat buffs upon using Great Daring. The max ability uses for this is 5. So what are my thoughts on Wakka? He is definitely, I feel like he's kind of all over the place when it comes to being a ranged debuffer. I mean, his debuff really only focuses on blind, so I wouldn't say he's a great debuffer. However, you could definitely find his ability coming in handy if you're fighting a boss, and let's say he's targeting an ally that's about to be Brave broken or about to be knocked out. That blind can come in handy. His Great Daring ability, it's pretty cool that he increases his Brave twice. So he increases it based on its attack, and then he raises it again by 1.2. So essentially, he's buffing up his Brave, and then the low probability of the medium medium stat up is probably the cool aspect of it. However, the fact that it's a low probability, I wouldn't really rely on it too much, but it does have its uses. Alright, moving on to the second character is FF5's original Dawn hero, Galuf. His role is going to be a melee tank, so he's going to be the second actual tank that we're going to be getting alongside Warrior of Light. His initial level 1 and crystal level 1 stats is HP 1100, initial brave 140, max brave 475, attack 175, defense 210. And then at level 50 and crystal level 50, he has an HP of 4468, initial brave of 646, max brave of 1300, attack 500, and defense 594. His ability 1 is cover, so it grants cover to an ally and attack up to Galuf. So this ability is essentially just like Paladin Cecil's cover ability in Final Fantasy IV. So whenever an ally gets targeted that Cecil covers, he covers. So Galuf is essentially going to be using this command. And upon mastery, so the way you master Galuf's cover is you only have to use it once. It turns into cover plus. So instead of covering one ally, it covers all allies for 2 turns. So whenever an ally gets targeted after it's mastered, Galuf will cover them for 2 turns. And the max ability usage is 5. His ability 2 is Blade Grasp, so this grants Galuf a medium evasion rate up for 1 turn and a small defense up for 2 turns, and it has a high turn rate. So again, this means that when Galuf uses Blade Grasp, there's a very high chance he will be acting either again or acting earlier in the turns. This ability is also mastered after 1 use, and it turns into Blade Grasp Plus, so it grants a large evasion rate up for him for 1 turn and a small defense up for 3 turns, and he also counters any attack that he evades, and the max ability usage for this ability is 4. So this is pretty cool. So he's definitely unique compared to Warrior of Light. I looked at his passives, and he unfortunately does not have a taunt, but he doesn't really need it because when you put cover on either one of your allies, he's going to be covering for them anyway. So the way I see you using him is you want to definitely get cover plus as soon as you can. You want to cover plus, and then you want to Blade Grasp, because if an ally is targeted, Galuf will cover, but because he has that Blade Grasp, he's going to evade, and then if you happen to use Blade Grasp Plus, he's going to counter with a Brave attack. So that's pretty cool. Okay, he's definitely a unique tank, and I'm actually looking forward to using him. And finally, the last character we're going to be getting from Chapter 6 is my favorite character out of all time, is Shantotto from Final Fantasy XI, our adorable tsundere mean sorceress. So she's going to be a magic attacker and debuffer. Her initial stats at level 1 and crystal level 1 are HP 1000, initial brave 150, max brave 550, attack 180, and defense 130. Her level 50 and crystal level 50 stats are as follows: HP 4062, initial brave 693, max brave 1500, attack 509, and defense 367. Her ability 1 is Spirit Magic Arrow. So a Spirit Magic Arrow is a 3-hit wind magic brave attack. It also grants a medium max brave up for 5 turns. So it boosts her brave up, her max brave by a medium amount for 5 turns. That's pretty cool. And it also has a high turn rate. So again, it means that if she uses this ability, she has a pretty high chance of acting sooner on the turn bar. Now, upon taking damage, this is a very unique mechanic for Shantotto. So when she takes damage, her arrow is changed to Play Rough Arrow. So it becomes a 5-hit wind magic brave attack, and the max ability usage is 7. So that's pretty cool. So kind of like in Final Fantasy XI, like if you refuse her or if you do something to like just upset her because she has a short temper, her abilities get a lot stronger. So that's kind of funny that they gave her that mechanic. Her other ability 2 is Dark Magic Bio. It's a 1-hit Dark Magic Brave attack that grants a medium probability of applying the poison debuff to a target for 3 turns, and again, upon taking damage, it changes into Play Rough Bio, which it's still a 1-hit Dark Magic Brave attack, but it just hits harder, and the max ability usage is 7. So overall thoughts on Shantotto: I love her. I love her kit. I think it's unique. I like how it plays on the fact that she has to get hit. I know she has a passive that increases the chances of her being targeted. Now, if you take a look at her HP and defense, it's kind of on the low side, so you want to be careful when using her. I know definitely I'm going to try to be careful when using her, so you want to make sure at least her brave is as high as it can be. So definitely Spirit Magic Arrow is going to be your go-to ability because it does grant her that medium brave up for 5 turns. So at least she's not going to be brave broken as often. So it can really complement, her style of play. For I'm gonna get hit, but I'm gonna throw that damage back at you much harder. So she's gonna be very fun to play. Alright, the next topic we're going to be looking at for Chapter 6 is we're going to be introduced to our new summon, which is the Water Dragon Lord himself, Leviathan, elemental attribute Water. His blessing is he grants 20% initial Brave Regen for 3 turns when your HP is less than 50%. His ability is he deals 500 Water Brave magical damage and also grants the Water attribute to the party. His summon speed is moderately slow. He gives you 5 turns upon summoning, and his max Brave bonus is at 1,000. And keep in mind, these are his statistics for his level 1 state. So it's pretty cool that we're going to be getting Leviathan in Chapter 6. And finally, the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about, just give you guys a little bit of details on some of the new bosses that we're going to be encountering. The first one is Antlion. The second one is Mannequin Galoof. Is actually going to be appearing as a boss. The third one is going to be, it's either called Garuda or Rook. It's essentially the desert version of the zoo. And then I did mention a highly requested favorite villain. And so the villain is none other than FF7 Saffron. We are going to be combating him in Chapter 6. Alright guys, with those details presented out for Chapter 6, I want to show you guys a little bit of gameplay of Chapter 6 with a JP account that I did borrow from my friend, so let's go ahead and move over to that. Alright guys, so here is the gameplay from Chapter 6. I'm going to show you guys one of the battles, and again, big shoutouts and kudos to my friend Chris, aka Dark Turtley, who allows me to use his JP account to show you guys a little bit of gameplay, you know, for the things that I'm talking about that's going to be coming on for Global. So, Chapter 6 is right over there, the Desert Ruins. It's going to be appearing right over there. So, I'm going to show you guys a little bit. Alright, and as you can see right here, there is the story missions for Wakka, and then right over here is the story mission for Galoof, okay? And towards right here is the end of it. And the battle that I want to show you guys, you know, just to give you guys a little bit of what's to come, is none other than the battle with Sephiroth. So let's go ahead and engage this battle. And we are going to be using Shantotto herself, Galoof, and Wakka. Alright. So, who we're gonna... I want to take a unit that is... alright, right here. We're gonna take this Terra. So if you guys are seeing different numbers, it's because, again, this is the Japanese version. So if you're gonna be seeing some crazy high numbers, that's why, and some gear that you may not see just yet. Alright, so these skeleton enemies are new. I believe these are the skeleton enemies called Revenant. I could be wrong on what they're exactly called, but they're a little bit more powerful than the skeletons that we're familiar with. Alright, so we're just gonna be doing some regular brave attacks here. Oh, I love Shantotto's anime. I love how she's so tiny compared to everybody else, and yet amongst these three, she does the most damage. It's kind of cool. Alright, okay, so it looks like the part 2 of this stage is we're going to be fighting against Mannequin Shadow and Mannequin Terra. And, ooh, it looks like amongst the three of these, Shantotto has the highest speed. Alright, so let's take a look at some of her abilities. So we're going to use a Spirit Magic Arrow. Alright, so that's the 3-hit version, because she's not upset yet. She hasn't been attacked yet. Let's do Wakka's Dark Attack. Alright, we got the debuff. And then for Galoof, let's use his cover. We're going to use his cover on Wakka. Alright, we're going to finish off Shadow here. Boom, alright. Okay, we got some bats and some ghosts. Pretty familiar with these. Those bats can be really annoying with their evasion. Oh, we got hit. So now we're going to go ahead and use a Play Rough arrow. And as you can tell, the tone in her voice changes because she's upset now. She got attacked. So that's really cool that they do that. Alright, so we're going to use... Alright, we still got the cover on Wakka. So let's use Blade Grasp so we can kind of see how that works. Alright, and Wakka, let's try to use his Great Daring. Alright, so we got the initial buff. We didn't get... I don't think we got any of the buffs. Alright. Let's go ahead and HP attack because I want to see the cover in action. Oh, the cover didn't... Okay, so it looks like maybe... I think cover maybe only works for brave attacks unless it ran out that turn. Hopefully we can see it in action again. Or try to see it in action. Yes, 0 damage, Shantotto. Alright. And here we go. Ooh. good dark attack. Let's see, what am I gonna use? Let's use her bio. Alright, we didn't get the poison off, but that's okay. Looks like he's targeting Shantotto, so we're gonna cover... oh, he got the cover master. Alright, nice. So now both characters are covered because we mastered it. Let's go ahead and do Great Daring again. Looks like we got one of the stat buffs. And look, right there. So he targeted Shantotto, and then Shantotto leaves, and then Galoof covers. That's really cool. But the unfortunate thing is we don't get the play rough buff with Shantotto if we cover her, but that's cool. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and summon Odin here. Okay, I'm just gonna attack here. Wow, looks at Shantotto goes up to 11,000. That's crazy. Alright, so we're gonna use Blade Grasp. Alright, Dark Attack. Alright, we still only have the 3-hit with her, but that's okay. I want Sephiroth to hit me. Come on, Sephiroth, hit me. Oh! I think we're gonna get a counter. Yep. Cool. So Blade Grasp and cover work hand in hand. Alright, we're just gonna attack with Shantotto. It's fine. Let's see. Nice. Alright. So let's do this. I want Shantotto to get the final hit off. No, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. I want Shantotto to finish him off. Finish him off! Nice. Ooh, and he flies away. Aw, man, we don't get to hear the Shantotto laugh. Oh, it's okay. It would have been cool if they added the Shantotto laugh with her victory. Alright. Okay, guys, well, that is going to be some gameplay from Chapter 6. Hopefully the battle that I showed off, gets you guys hyped for this upcoming story chapter. I can't wait, personally, just because, Shantotto is in it. But then again, they're also giving us Sephiroth as a villain that we can fight. So that's going to definitely, please some fans from Final Fantasy VII. Alright, guys, well, that is going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new for future Dissidia, Opera Omnia content. I am the Broadway saying, my name is 40. Stay tuned for the next video, and mahal, everyone.